What's up, guys? Welcome back to JSick Poker. Please hit that like and subscribe button for a daily Pot Limit Omaha tips, tricks, and strategies, as well as a vlog coming up as well. Today I'm going to review the wild 200-400 Pot Limit Omaha cash game on High Stakes Poker, episode 9, and this is on the BCP poker highlights right here. So I'm going to go over that with you guys and kind of review the hands. All right, let's get into it, baby. All right, so first hand we got Sam straddling to 400. We got Leon opening with King 6-4.
The dream, and then when you hit the 9 of hearts on the flop, that's
yeah, looks fine to me.
What you want to see out there?
A7-9-9 looks good on the button, and Rob goes ahead and completes in the small blind with King 3-6-6. Now, normally GTO, this is not a call, but if you're on a high stakes stream and trying to give off a good image and not look like a nit, yeah, this is definitely a call. All right, so let's go to the flop.
It does hit a 9 though, and trouble for Sam with top 2.
Queen 9-4, and Sam flops top 2, and Alan flops middle set. Great flop for Alan. I mean, look at him. He just looks really, really like eager already. Rob is like, what did I just? Rob is like, what did I just? You know, what did I flop here? That's Rob. You can't see his face, but he doesn't look real too happy. Sam decides to check under the gun,
checks
which
back.
looks fine to me. I would personally prefer potting here if I was Sam. And then, I mean, it's a dry board. You got top 2 with the backdoor flush draw into 4 players. You really want to protect your hand. But then Alan actually decides to check back.
Alan on the button.
Actually, no, he's going to go ahead and bet here. I do like it. He's going to bet pot. I don't like betting pot here. It's a dry board. You're in position. There's not a whole ton to worry about. Sure, there are wraps, but you really want other players to call, and you want hands to call like King, Queen, Jack 8, right? Naked queens, hands you have dominated, just open-ended. Right, 10 Jack, 5-4, things like that. So I would really prefer a half pot bet here, but he does go ahead and pot it. And now Sam has a decision here. Let's see what he does here. I would expect him to flat with the stack to pot ratio being so big. You're not going to check raise and get it in versus many worse hands.
52. 60. Cool.
Sam, he's happy to see it, guys. He's got backdoor diamonds, a low card just makes it sound much sweeter, doesn't it?
Good fold by Leon.
I think he's happy with his hand at the moment.
If you're Alan, you gotta think, what is he calling a pot bet with when I have 9-9 and I block Queen 9? Sam could have any hands like Queen 4, Jack 8, King Queen, Jack Ace, right? Wraps 9-10, Jack 8, Queen 10, Jack. Right, 5, open-ended with top pair. So that's what you kind of looking at for Alan here. Or what Alan may think Sam is. Ooh, wow. Ooh, huge turn.
This is tricky through. He couldn't win the flip though, could he?
Huge turn for Sam. He fills up, and his hand is really, really under-repped and hidden here with that top boat. And you gotta love it when Alan continues betting, you know, what is that? Like a quarter pot, 5,000 into 18,000. You gotta think that Alan's got some sort of hand here, right? A boat. He snap bets. If I'm Sam, I really like check raising here, and hoping that pocket 4s or pocket 9s doesn't check back the river. Right? Because I want to get maximum value with my boat, even though I do block pocket 9s. I'm assuming Alan is going to bet some sort of value in position versus 3 other players with a good hand. Now let's see what happens here.
I kind of like this bet from Alan because he's going to have some draws in here. He's just going for the little 1/3.
Yeah, because if you're Sam and you just check call this turn, you obviously have a queen. You're not going to check call with a wrap or a draw or even 2 pair. So I do like, you know, going after Alan here for a check raise.
Yeah, if so.
Okay, the winner at
And
Gives
that's
him
what
loads
he's
of really
thinking.
cheap
Is he
little
gonna check raise, or
stabby
is he gonna
bluffs
just
with
flat call to let him bluff?
King 10.
If he's going to bluff now, is he going to bluff the river? I don't think
Jack
he is going to
9
bluff the river,
kinda
Sam,
hands.
so I do like check raising.
Problem is now.
And he does check raise, I like
Can't fold.
it. I would have preferred a bigger check raise to around maybe 22,500 to set up for a nice river pot jam. You know, he's making it 15,000, so Alan's going to have 57K left in about a 48K pot, which leaves him about 10K behind. I think he lost a little bit of value there. I think he could have raised much bigger, like 24, 23,000. I don't expect Alan to go anywhere now. But if you're Alan, you got to be worried. You got to be worried, you know, of hands like Queen 4, Queen 9. Oh, he 3-bets.
I guess
He
Alan's thinking,
3-bets.
well, I've got the 2 9s.
I don't
Queen
like it.
9s.
I
Sam's
don't
gone
like it.
45.
Oh, and Sam 4-bets. Yeah, I mean, if you're Alan, what is Sam, you know, 3-betting here that you beat? You don't beat any 3-betting hands, right? He's repping pocket queens, Queen 9, Queen 4. Bluffs are going to fold. Pocket 4s you're not going to get value from, you know, and pocket 4s isn't going to raise either. So I don't like this 3-bet by Alan. And Sam actually decides to 4-bet. I don't like it from Sam. I would rather much prefer him to flat, check the river, and induce versus a bluff of some sort. But
We're just clicking away.
if
Like,
you
cool.
just have to read that Alan is just a big fish or a recreational, I don't mind it. Alan decides to go all in with it. He is drawing dead. Yeah, he is drawing dead. No matter what happens, he's gone at this point. So, nice hit by
Here come the
Sam. He
needles.
ends up winning a $162,600 pot, getting it in 100% ahead. It doesn't get much better than that.
I got
All right, let's get on to the
20
next
guarantees.
hand here.
It's going to be about a bit of. It might be the pepper on
Now,
his
Richard is
cheese
going to
or something.
straddle under the gun.
I
400.
look
Actually,
at
has
the
a
bid
decent
for.
hand. Straddle connected, even though it's non-suited. Sam is going to raise it up.
Kings on
here
the
with
button.
3
I mean,
kings.
Got suits.
I had 3 aces on the button. I didn't
like
like
it.
it. And 3 kings is.
Yeah, you only won 120k pot with it.
I did, but I wasn't liking it that much. And 3 kings, I might even just muck it, to be honest, because you can't even make the nut flush,
Getting a little
really.
frisky here. Now, in most cases, I don't like a call here, GTO wise. On a stream, I would call. Obviously, I would never fold. 3-betting is going to be tough because there's not a ton of good flops for you. The 6 is disconnected. If it was an 8 or a 7, I would potentially 3-bet that hand if I think Sam is getting out of line. But he does just go ahead and decide to gamble it up a little bit. And I like it on live
But
stream.
whatever, I mean, it's not a big deal to raise it, I guess.
You know, show that.
I don't think
looseness
I'd
here.
raise
Show that
it.
you're looking to have fun.
Hey, I'm
create
getting
some
frisky.
action, create some big pots. Richard
Leon's
cold calls
a
a
little
bit
bit bored.
with the offsuit.
He looks bored, doesn't he?
Jack
Does look
10-7.
very bored.
He's lost a lot as
Yeah,
well,
it's
so
going to
he's
get
just
you in a
trying
lot
to.
of trouble on
Yeah,
futures,
can't
on
obviously never
flops
pull a
and
3-bet
future
with that.
streets, because you could be dominated by hands like King, King, Queen 10, Jack, Jack, 10, 8, right? King, Queen, Jack 9, Ace, King, Jack 10 with higher suits. He doesn't even have a suit, so he's going to be, playability is going to be tough. But Sam decides to fold, and now Richard is actually flipping, but all his outs were
10-7
taken
rainbow.
by Sam. Let's see what happens here.
Oh, Richard actually limped. What? Richard limped under the gun.
Richard was the straddle. The 400.
Oh, he was the.
We got the
400,
graphic showing us
okay,
the
yeah,
4,
I
yeah.
see.
Wow, look
Wow,
at this
this
flop. I mean,
I think this.
All right, and Leon flops middle set while Richard flops a wrap with a King of Hearts blocker. So definitely going to see some action here. It goes ahead and
I would probably flat.
now
Richard's
Leon
hand.
obviously goes
Oh,
ahead
it's a
and
10K.
pots it, which I do like. Either like potting or check jamming here because there's a ton of bad turns for you. An 8, a 10, a king, a jack, a heart. You're gonna have to check all those turn cards. So I do like a check jam. You know, if you check, you can let potential draws bluff hands like Queen 2, pot hands like Queen X with gut shots or straight draws bet and then get it in, and then you're gonna be a pretty sizable favorite here. Or hands like Ace 10, 2-8 with hearts, right? All sorts of hands. Whereas you bet now, they're going to be able to see a turn card in position and be able to bluff a lot of turns. Like if Richard calls here and the turn comes a heart, then Richard can potentially bluff repping the hearts here. But let's see what Richard does.
I probably just flat.
I expect him just to call because he's not going to have
without the 2 hearts
here versus that pot bet.
Even with the
Leon is pretty much repping hands like ace, ace, 10-8, ace, ace with hearts, etc.
I guess when you flop that hand, you're not really folding, so you can't play with it flat.
Yeah, Richard with what, 1.5 times pot behind going at the turn. So.
Well, fuck my life. Luke Schwartz spins up 25k to 200k versus me, and Leon informs Sam Tricky.
All right, we go to a turn card, and Leon, yeah, this is going to be a tough.
Oh,
yep.
Bingo.
Turn comes a jack, and Richard binks the turn, and now Leon has to check. He's going to be left in a tough position. If I'm Richard, I'm just potting it here, trying to get it in, trying to deny equity versus hearts, or you know, sets, etc. And I expect, yeah, Leon's not going anywhere. He's going to go all in as well. He's not going to like the good news here.
Leon chasing the pair up.
Yeah, I mean, if you're Leon,
all of a sudden, big pot,
and you pot the flop. Let's see, what was the turn? Yeah, there's about 32,000, and Richard only has 46,000 left. Honestly, I would just prefer to just pot it. Just pot it. If the guy hits his straight, so be it. There's a lot of hands that you could potentially beat, like Queen, Jack, King, Ace, right? Queen, Jack, 5, 10. You know, you want to deny hearts. You don't want to check and have the guy check back with hearts and to get there, or hearts with like a gut shot. But you know, he does decide to check and they get it in. And unfortunately, Leon loses that first board.
Well, I know that feeling when you're just mucking hand after hand, you're just getting in that mucking zone, losing all-ins, you just feel like such a fish.
I think they only ran it once. All right, so yeah, I mean, he loses both boards, unfortunately. Unlucky for Leon. Now let's go to the third hand here. We got Rob getting a little frisky here, opening up with King, Queen, 10, 4. Under the gun +1. We got some loose colors here. Boris, Ace, 8, 3 deuce, the old Omaha high-low
turning a little bit.
hand, I guess.
I mean, Leon's
Kyle calls it
a
good Ace, Jack, Jack 5. I like it. I almost would prefer maybe even a 3-bet in a loose game in a live stream just to create some action.
Probably should be 3-betting.
Richard ends up calling with Queen, Queen, 4, 7. All right. Now, Richard ends up flopping the second nuts. Boris flops the nuts. Action board here. Let's see what happens. Richard checks. I like it. Everyone checks. Oh, I don't like the check by Boris with the nuts. You don't block top set. You don't block top 2. You don't block the second or third nut flush draw. I would prefer to bet in position. You know, something small like maybe 2,000 to try and get value from hands like 2 pair or sets or lower flushes. You really want to build that pot. Plus, you're deep, man. You are 100K deep in a $6,000 pot. You want to build that pot so you can potentially stack some really or cooler worse hands. You're going to lose a lot of value. I don't like that, but he decides to check.
Did somebody bluff it already, please?
Who said that?
Kyle decides to check. Yeah, now if you're Rich, you expect you got to bet here after everyone checks. You got the second nut flush. The only thing that beats you is the nut flush.
No, Rich has got a queen high flush.
Pardon me, I can't even.
Now let's see what Boris does.
Be a big pot.
He doesn't even think about it much, and he decides to raise. Yeah, wow. You got to be alarmed if you're Richard after Boris is going to check back the flop and then pot the turn in position. What is his range? It's the nuts. It's the nuts. That's basically it. Because if he had the nut flush blocker on the flop, you know, what would be a credible line? He's most likely going to bluff the flop, right? So he's most likely slow playing here. You got to be alarmed. But this is a fun game. Richard doesn't even think about it or think about Boris' range, and he just calls. Terrible river for Richard. Expect Boris to pot here.
I like the. At least I like the snap. It's like
try to get maximum value. As he does, doesn't even hesitate.
I think I might have even
not even afraid. Not even afraid. You know, if you're Boris here and you pot the turn with let's say a nut flush blocker or a bluff, and Richard calls, you got to be alarmed and thinking that Richard has a flush, right? So you're not going to immediately go pot it on the river. So I would be alarmed if I was Richard and really contemplate folding here.
Cool.
He does make the call, and yeah, sees the bad news. Boris unfortunately outflops him.
A very wealthy man, and he's got the second
actually worked out for Boris. But yeah, I would have preferred a
Boris
bet on
did
the,
give him away
the
out
flop
of that
there.
hand.
Let's go to the last hand of the night, and this is going to be a doozy here. Sam looking good. The ace 9 jack 10 with the nut hearts here. Everything is connected. He's got a high suit. I love that hand. It's one of my favorite hands in PLO.
That's a nice Omaha hand, isn't it? From any position, really.
Beautiful. So there's no one else.
Right, we got Rob Collin gambling it up with the 6-5-5-3 offsuit. Pretty bad hand. You know, normal GTO online decision. I'm definitely folding that. No suit, 6-5-5-3 offsuit. The only time I would call that if it was the button opening and it's just me and the button, because it does play, has decent equity going heads up, but not, man, three-way it's going to be really bad. You're going to be dominated by a lot of higher sets, higher straight draws. You don't even have a suit either, but hey, it's a stream, so let's go.
You double up for 7. I took it personally.
All right.
Well,
So Rob flops a wrap, small wrap, but again,
Any
he could
wrap's good
potentially be
enough for Rob.
dominated by higher hands,
I like that.
like Sam's, like I just told you. He does lead out
Like
4,000, so
even Sam
pot,
now,
I
he's
don't
no
like
way,
it.
no way, just gonna have to fold.
Even if you do hit your straight, you could potentially
top pair
be
gut shot,
dominated by hands like 7, 8,
guess,
9, 10,
Queen's
9,
an
10,
okay
Jack,
card
Jack,
for
Jack,
us.
8, 9,
I
and Sam
he
has
does make-
Ace, Jack, 10, 9. He's
I
not
would've
going
folded
anywhere
that.
with his top pair and gut shot.
Maybe knows
I like the call by Sam. Because Rob can have hands like top 2, 10-7, 10-4 that he has really good equity against. And the turn is an 8 of diamonds. They both make their straight. This is why this is such a bad hand for Rob, and why it gets you into so much trouble. Now they both have a straight, but Sam has the nuts. So there's a pretty bad cooler for Rob. And now Rob is in a tough position. What do I do here with the low straight? I'm not going to get value versus 2 pair, versus sets maybe, but not 3 straights. And now you got to be worried because Sam is coming out with a... I would expect Sam to pot here. I do like a pot bet here.
Calls the 10.
He bets about, yeah, close to pot. I do like it. If you're Sam, you want to get value from sets, 2 pairs with potential flush draws, lower straights. Now, once Rob calls, you're loving it if you're Sam, because you have a jack high nut flush potential backdoor flush blocker. You block pocket 10s. You got the nuts, so Rob can have a hand like 4, 5, 6, 7, 4, 5, 6, 8, 6, 7, 8, 9, right? Lower straight. So you're loving it if you're Sam here. Great river for Sam. I would expect him to try and pot here to get maximum value versus sets or versus lower straights. You really want to try and cool them when you're in these types of positions.
8, 9, 10 and be no, he couldn't. He wouldn't be. No,
Rob checks.
8, 9.
Sam bets pot. And Rob snap calls and sees the bad news.
I know what you mean about...
Yeah, I mean, I do like the pot bet from Sam because you can have bluffs like Jack, Jack, 10, Queen, or Jack, Jack, 10, 6, right? Some sort of... You know, I mean, what kind of hands would Sam bluff with here? I'm trying to figure it out. Maybe Jack, Jack, 8, 6, right? A double gutter with an overpair. Maybe 9, 9, Queen 8, right? Right? Hands that block 10 Jack, right? So Sam could definitely have some bluffs here. I do like the pot bet, and he does get maximum value. Good job, Sam. Way to go with that pot bet. So guys, that is how you get maximum value from your hands in PLO, and that is why you do not play hands that are going to be dominated on future flops and streets. Okay, so if you guys like this video, hit the like and subscribe button for daily PLO content. I'll be going ahead and reviewing a lot of different hands and streams until I get my vlog back up. So see you guys on the next one. Peace out, you guys.